Jewel Lennard. Welcome to Lunch with Jewel. I help business owners and creatives to show up big and connect with their people. So today we're going to talk about something that I think will really be helpful to a lot of people. If you're whether you're in a business or you are thinking about a business, there's three things that I just wish I had known before I went into business, before I started the business, that no one told me. It's kind of like when you're pregnant. Nobody, everybody's like, "Oh, hey, congratulations!" But nobody tells you about like the little snot sucker thing. Nobody tells you about how nasty, I mean, nobody. There's a lot of things that nobody tells you, right? So, but that doesn't take away your joy about the thing that you're doing, right? So, I don't think I would have done differently in the sense of I don't think I would have been like, "Ooh, forget that." But there are some things that I wish I had known ahead of time, and it would have helped me have a different perspective. And probably sometimes that have been hard for me, maybe would not have been as hard. So that's what I want to share with you today. So let's get into the content. So the first thing that, and I took notes. So the first thing that I didn't really have a good grasp on is how much work there really is. Like I didn't really understand. I started my business career in network marketing, so that kind of shielded me from a lot of what it's really like to be in business, right? I mean, network marketing is like it's a great opportunity for someone who has no business acumen whatsoever to go into business, but not really be in the depth of business because the system takes away a lot of the stuff that you're responsible for as a business person, as an entrepreneur. So I had no clue. Like, so when I was working my job, I was in corporate America for probably over 20 years. But it's like you go to work, you might work some overtime, but you go to work, you work, and then you come home. Even if you are like a high power, get it done kind of, kick ass kind of person, you still kind of find some time where you don't necessarily have to be thinking about work. At least I hope you do, because you're not building that for you, right? And so I work more hours than I ever worked. I spend more time than I ever spent. I spend time on, I have to do all the functions of the business. So like yesterday, we talked about the core functions that you want to do for a business. When you're an entrepreneur, especially when you're starting out, you have to do all of it. And the thing is, when you come out, you don't know about all of it. When you're in corporate America, or you're working for somebody else, they've got people, whole departments to take care of sales and marketing. They got whole departments to take care of onboarding. They got whole departments to take care of the stuff. When you're an entrepreneur, you got to do it all yourself, whether you know how to do it or not. You better find somebody. And then the kicker part is there's so many somebodies out there who are willing to coach you and show you and talk to you about it. But at the end of the day, at some point, you got to cut yourself off and get busy. Like when I first started, I'm digressing, but when I first started, I was like sucking in information like crazy. If it was a webinar, I was on it. If there was a training course, I took it. I paid big money for coaching. I did all that stuff. But eventually you have to just be like, you know what? Okay, no, I don't want no coaching. I don't want none of that. I'm about to go over here and do some work. Right. I mean, it took me a long time, too long, in fact, to get past that. So the first thing I would say that I wish I had known that I didn't know is that it's a lot of work. Okay. It's a lot of work and nobody else is going to do it for you. Okay. Even if there's a product or a service or some other stuff, most 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a piece of what you need, but not everything. So you're gonna think you got a solution, and then you're gonna discover that you don't have one. So it's really wise to just understand the whole big picture before you dive and invest in anything. So that's like a bonus tip. The second thing I wish I had known that I didn't know is how lonely it is as an entrepreneur. How lonely it is. I'm not talking about like I don't have no friends because I'm not nice. I'm talking about nobody really understands why you're driven to do what you're doing unless it's another entrepreneur, for the most part. Your family doesn't understand. And then what's worse is like you got different levels of family. You got families like, what's wrong with you? You need to go do. And then you got families like, oh, good job. I'm glad you're doing that. I hope you do all right. Okay. See you at Christmas. See you at New Year. See you Thanksgiving. People don't check on you. They think if you're an entrepreneur that you got it covered and you don't need no help and you don't need any support, you don't need any friends. You just off doing that thing. And they do. And even the ones that try to like kind of be in there and support you, they don't understand. They're like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just go get a job? Come on. You get a paycheck every week, every 2 weeks. That whole work your ass. Did I say that whole work your ass off and work long hours and don't get sleep crap? Nobody gets that for the most part, unless it's another entrepreneur. You can't talk to somebody that's working a job about being an entrepreneur. It's just a lonely place. So what do? There's different places. I'm supposed to be at a working event, a meetup right now, actually, but I had a last minute change of plans. But you just have to be more active. Like I be more active. I've got it. That's what I say about me. Like I naturally like to. I'm cool with being with me, which is not good. It's good sometimes, but then sometimes it's not good. So I have to work and kick myself in the butt to be like, get out and go talk to people, which I actually love people. I love talking to people. It's not that I don't like it. It's just, I just, am focused on doing my thing. But I didn't realize that. I didn't know that it was so isolated. Like even when I was in corporate, I wasn't like one of those people to be in the clique and hang out. I just kind of, it was an ebb and flow, and I kind of, interacted as I needed to. I was never really like a big, water cooler kind of person. But it's just you. A lot of times, it's just you. That's it. There's nobody else. Even when people try to help you, they can't help you. It's just you. And I didn't know that. Would I have still done it? Yeah, sure. Would I have done it the same way? Yeah, sure. But it just would have been nice to be like, dang, okay, I'm known going into this that it's gonna be an issue. So guess what? It's okay. It's okay. I'm good with that. But you might want to consider that before. That's something I wish I had known. And then the third thing I wish I had known. What was my third thing? Oh, how satisfying it is to actually see your own stuff. Like I didn't. So I did project management for 20 years, right? So I was always instrumental in having things be done and projects be completed, but I never really got to, I didn't get to put my hands in anything and really just be like, wow, look what I did. Oh, that's so cool. Whereas when you're an entrepreneur and you're doing something that you care about and that you love and you have fun with, you get to see your stuff. So I think that's something that I didn't know, that had I known it, I probably would have done it sooner. I probably would have went and been become an entrepreneur sooner, because then I would have been like, oh wow, okay, that's cool and everything, but this is more fun over here. So it's kind of like, it's a reward. It's kind of like being a parent, right? It's like, oh my God, these kids getting on my nerves. I am so tired of them. I tell you what, if I go in the bathroom one more time and that seat is up, is up instead of down, or somebody hadn't handled, I'm gonna kill him. But then you look at it and you be like, oh, look at, that's my baby. I remember when you was a little baby, you did blah. I remember you did, so it's kind of like that. It's like, oh wow, you get on my nerves, but I love you. You make me sick, but I love you. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So it's the third thing I wish I had known, is how satisfying it is to really kind of put your hands into something, put your thumbprint on a thing, and know that this came from you. And sometimes that can be hidden in a job. You can still do it in a job. It's not, some people are not cut out to be entrepreneurs. You can still do it. But, if you got the entrepreneur blood in your veins like I do. My mom was an entrepreneur. She was a seamstress. My dad was an entrepreneur. He had real estate. He was in painting and stuff. So if you have that in your blood, then you know that it's worth it. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. 3 things I wish I had known before becoming an entrepreneur. 1, it's hard work, baby. You're going to work harder as an entrepreneur than you ever worked anywhere else for anyone else. But the good news is you're working for you, so it'll be worth it. The second thing is, it's lonely. It's lonely. No one other than another entrepreneur is really going to understand what you're doing but you. And they're probably going to question you, or what's worse, they'll be quiet and not say anything. Then you know they thinking, okay, she's out of her tree. But it's okay. Don't care. You can't care about what anybody thinks. Anyway, in general, in life, it's a good rule to live by. But as an entrepreneur, you guys got to be like, okay, well, I'll see you at the top. When I get done, I'll check you out and let you know how it went. And then finally, is how satisfying it is. If you have a feel, I honestly, I sincerely believe that if you have a bug, if you have a desire, or if you had a thought to go into business for yourself, you really should. It's your inner self pulling you in the direction of what you should do. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you need to, I wouldn't say you need to go in with your eyes completely open, but I would say that it helps to understand that it might be a little bit different. It's not to scare you away. It's just for you to adjust. You know, it's kind of like if you know you're about to go into a life raft, you know you're about to go over a cliff, you're going to put some extra gear on. You're going to put on, you know, your, what do you call that? Waterproof, the life. You're gonna put on your life vests. You're not gonna wear your heels. You're gonna wear, you know, your rugged boots or whatever. You know, you in the raft. You about to go. You get ready, right? And that's the spirit of this communication. So I hope this was helpful for you. If it was helpful, then definitely share my video. Make a comment below. Tell me, tell me what your aha moment was, or something that you didn't know when you went into business that you wish you had known. And I would just love to hear from you. So anyway, that's what I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Lunch with Jewel. I'll see you next time. Bye.